video, we're going to be looking at the Cobra Island Cobra Viper figure from the G.I. Joe Classified series. I was able to get 3 of these. I actually had 4, and I hooked up a buddy of mine with one as well. I just walked in the Target one day, and there they were, sitting on the shelf. They had 4 of these and 4 of the Firefly figures. I grabbed 1 Firefly and 4 Vipers. 3 for me, 1 for my buddy. Hoping these will get in like a standard release like the Cobra Infantry. I recently got a few of these from Amazon. These will be on the channel as well soon. The Cobra Island figures are exclusive to Target, which makes these a pain in the ass to get. With instead of the standard mural on the back, you got the map of Cobra Island. You've got the warnings, attention, legalese on the bottom. There's a barcode on the bottom if you need it. On the side of the box, they have the codes where you can go online to decode instead of the file card. I would rather have the file card on the back instead of this stupid stuff here, because I am not going to the website. On the top, you have the Cobra logo, number 22 in the series. Nice artwork on the side, which actually wraps around. You see 4 Vipers, which now I need another Viper since I hooked up my buddy with one. I want 4 now. No, I want more and more. I want to trick build this. This is such a good looking figure. And a nice big window, you can see the accessories that comes with the figure. The backpack, the goggles, the scarf, the rifle, and the pistol. Here you can see the Viper in the tray. You can see the accessories a little better. With the rifle, the pistol, scarf, goggles, and backpack. Here we have the Viper outside the packaging. It's a great looking figure. A lot of great details on the figure. I love the vest, the helmet. I would love to see them do some vac chrome on these visors, but Hasbro hasn't done vac chrome in a long time. The vest is very well sculpted. It's an overlay. The chest, the upper torso is actually reused from Duke, but it actually has the vest overlay, the gauntlets over the forearms, but it is the same torso as Duke. You can see the collar and the t-shirt underneath. And same on the shoulders, you get the same sculpt there. Same wrinkles in the biceps and the shirt. And on the sleeves, you can see remove the hands, the gauntlets come off. They're very tight. And it is, you can see they actually did paint the skin tone underneath these, so if you don't want to use the gauntlets, you can actually differentiate the look a little bit. Pop those off. It's a little tight to get over the top of the sculpted wristband. Once it goes on, it's very secure. It pops on. Would love to see some extra hands with these figures. Especially, maybe like a hand pack, something, one of the figures coming at least, because all these G.I. Joes, well, not all of them, but the majority of them had the wrong hinge direction for holding guns. These are horizontal hinges. You need a vertical hinge so you can point weapons. The holster is reused from Duke as well. And it looks like it's being maximum stretch around I think these pants are, the lower legs are new sculpt. And it is being maxed out, stretched out over top the pouches on the leg. If you want to take this off, remove it, I'd suggest maybe it will come off. I would suggest heating that up a little bit if you're going to take like a blow dryer. If you want to take the holster off, or kind of like want to move it up on the hip if it doesn't hinder anything anymore, because that sucker is stretched tight. Speaking of the sculpt on the legs, you have pouches on the sides, on the front. You have a nice rib texture, like a padded, I guess be like a leather padding sculpt type on the inside of the leg. It's on the outside of the hip too. The same ribbed texture for the knee pads. Kind of like seeing if they're going to continue to paint you see the knee pad strap is sculpted, but they didn't paint it. It's just blue with like the rest of the leg. You see the same texture down the boots, and the boots swivel, and it's on the shoes as well. It's a nice detail on the helmet. You got the same ribbed texture on the back of the helmet, but in gray. There's a lot of nice red accents painted onto the vest. You got the shoulder straps. There's a little bit of red up here. I don't know if that's intentional. This is just a little bit of red. The red straps around the vest. Down the front, all the straps are painted red. The little grenades are red. And the Cobra logo. Looks pretty good. And you got the Cobra logo on the belt. And for accessories, you have the scarf where you can differentiate your Vipers. It's separated where you can actually go around you don't have to remove the head to put it on. Open it up and slide it around the neck underneath the head. And you have the goggles, which kind of really don't make sense. You have a visored head. What's the point of the goggles? They look cool though. Same pistol it comes with Duke. Fits in the holster. And we get the nice pulse rifle. I actually like the sculpt on this one pretty well. Some of the other weapons in this line I haven't really been crazy about, but this one looks pretty good. The magazine is actually removable on this. This is pretty cool. I like that. I guess with these figures, are they actually magazines or are they just battery cells since they shoot pew-pew lasers? Pew-pew, pew-pew. With the backpack, it's very well detailed. You have the grenades painted up in red, blue stripe down the center with the Cobra logo painted red, the rope painted gray, and that looks really nice. Does it come apart? No, I don't think so. With the Snake Eyes one, it comes apart. I don't know if it's meant to do that, but it does. Oh, it's big enough you can see the seam line. I guess it's this glued on this one. Fits in the peg hole in the back. Here we have him all decked out with all his gear. Got the pistol in the holster, the backpack on, the rifle in his hand, the scarf on, and the goggles on his helmet. Like I mentioned with the horizontal hinges, you don't really hold the weapon properly. It's kind of, and with the shape of the back here, it gets in the way and you can't really get a nice pose with the rifle. If you had the vertical hinge, you can actually get to point the gun down a little better and look nicer. So with Cobra Commander, his gun hand is hinged properly. It's a vertical hinge. Same way with Snake Eyes, he has the vertical hinges. Using Cobra Commander's hand with the vertical hinge, the gun actually looks a little more natural position. The stock of the gun is still a little bit in the way, hitting the forearm. The only issue, the peg is a little bit smaller on the Cobra Commander hand, so it doesn't stay in the forearm as well. But with the Viper all geared up, he looks really good. I really like the details on his figure. My only real gripe with the G.I. Joe figures right now is the lack of alternate hands. At the $20 price point, we should be getting tons of accessories because this is not a licensed property. Hasbro owns this property. With Marvel Legends, they got to pay likeness rights, so the figures are going to cost. It's one of the things that creates the price point of these figures. But with them owning this IP, there is no reason for them not to have all the accessories that they should have. With this figure, we're using the Duke upper torso. It's got the same articulation as Duke, but the only difference is the helmet's going to hinder the disc hinge a bit. You can see it's the same disc hinge on Duke. It's forward and back. There's a ball peg at the base of the neck, so it allows a lot of movement. But with the helmeted head on, because there's not a lot of space in that head for allow a lot of movement, and it goes on. That is all he's going to be able to look up. You can look down really well. You get tilt with a lot with that neck. Not much with the front on the ball joint itself, just because the restricted area inside the helmet. He's got disc hinge shoulders to go up to here. There's a little bit of butterfly movement. Not much. You get a little bit back, a little bit forward. Bicep swivel. Double joint elbows. Hinge and swivel wrist. There is an ab crunch on here, but it's restricted with having the vest on. If you didn't have the vest, it's the same torso as Duke, like I mentioned. Crunch forward, crunch back. At the base of the torso, there is ball joint, so you can get a little bit of movement there, not much. The vest is very hindering. You've got ball joint hips, kick out this far. They do have drop-down hinges on the hips, so they can go kick forward this far, back this far. thigh rotation, double joint knees, boot rotation, hinged ankles, and ankle pivots. Alright, let's do a little bit of size comparison. Here he is with Duke and Cobra Commander. Here he is with Snake Eyes and Roadblock. Here he is with Bucky Cap and a movie Deadpool figure. All in all, this is a great looking figure and a great addition to my G.I. Joe Classified Series collection. I've skipped out originally and started getting them after they redid the redecos. I got the redeco Roadblock and I customized him. And I got the Wave 1 Duke and I customized this one as well. I just did not like the gold and the baby blue and all that stuff on the figures. So I was passing it initially, then when they started getting rid of that stuff, I started to get in. But I always liked the Cobras from the get-go. And Snake Eyes, always gotta get a Snake Eyes. These Cobra Island figures are nearly impossible to get, so if you're ever in the Target and you see these, do not hesitate and get them. Because if you wait, they will not be there once you go back. I just lucked up with these. I just happened to walk in, they had them on the pegs. I was like, yep. I had no intention of buying anything that day, and it's like, they're on the shelf, I'm buying them. If I know if I waited, they would not have been there when I went back. Because a friend of mine, he went to the same store. I left, they had 3 or 4 more Fireflies on the shelf, and they were gone by the time he got there. So, don't hesitate. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.